schedule of many things. Lily's many things schedule.
Okay, you know what? Forget coding. I think we need to talk about our feelings. No. We need to talk about our feelings. Feelings! We're talking about our feelings.
You talk about your feelings while I set it up. How do you feel?
You're angry. You're an angry individual. I think you totally got a criminal delta and Infinitech for this.
We're gonna go into your documents, and I'm gonna make a new folder called Lily Code Practice. Chat can't see this. But we're gonna go into Lily Code Practice.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a new file called main.py. Running Python, right? Okay. Shut. Main.py in here. Okay. Now, what do you remember from last time, Jerry?
Like, I'm Jerry again?
Yes, Jerry.
Why is it so big? Can you make it smaller? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you remember? Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay, nice.
That's it.
Are you gonna run it?
Oh.
You can control Z to come back.
What?
Press enter.
Oh,
No, you just press enter.
Oh, enter. Wait, what?
Okay.
What?
You did it. What's wrong?
Oh, yeah. That was easy.
That was easy, right?
Yes.
Remember, like, your if statements and stuff?
Yes. If... I don't remember. If, then.
Yeah, sorta.
Else.
If, like, a condition.
Okay, hold on. Then. Else.
Oh, no, this is
Elif.
all wrong. This is all incorrect.
Loop. No.
There's nothing
For,
called loop.
while.
Right.
Print. X equals something.
Okay.
Yes.
Yours.
It's been a really long time.
It's been about
It's been
1 week.
No. It's been way more than a week.
Has it?
Yes. It's been way more than a week.
Okay. Ow. You elbowed me in the head and it fell out of my hair.
We can just talk about feelings if you want. Print feelings.
Now run it.
I don't understand how to run it.
Press F5.
I did.
And then
and
enter.
then you have to do that. Oh, I get it. Got it.
Right.
Okay. Cold. Okay. All right. What should I do? Like, what is there to do? I don't know. Like...
Okay. How about today we'll do let's do interacting with files.
Okay.
How about that? That's fun.
That sounds.
We'll go into your documents.
Don't show my document.
It's okay. You're in the window.
I know.
Right? We'll go documents, and we'll go to Lily's Code Practice, and you can see that's the Python file we're writing. What?
I just had $1 billion idea.
Okay.
Can you use Python encoding to make my own personality test?
Yes, you can.
Can we make a personality test?
Yes, honey, we could make a personality test. Yes. We'd have to learn a lot more. Okay, we can make a simple version where like other people can't use it. We could make a really good version where people on the internet could use it.
A good version where people on the internet can use it.
You're gonna have to learn a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
Yeah.
shit.
I want to learn how to make a personality test.
Okay, that is a lot of stuff. Anyway, okay, we're in here, right? So let's look at how to interact with files. So
Is this gonna help me make my personality test?
yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
So how do I introduce this? Okay, so let's say we have x is equal to do you remember how to get user input?
If you tell me.
It was just input.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So make a variable x.
X.
Named x.
X.
Right? And assign it the input of a user.
Okay.
It's called input. The built-in function is called input. Right? And remember, it's a function, so you have to call it. No.
What?
You can't put x inside of it. We want to have...
X.
No. Okay, so we want x to be equal to whatever the user inputs, right?
Okay. X equals input.
Got it, right. So how do we call functions? No, don't delete things. Don't delete everything.
Input.
Okay, yeah, that's how we call functions,
Function.
right? No. Now, write whatever you want the user to see when the input prompt comes up. It's just a string. So a string needs, right? Good. Yeah, good. And then how about we have, let's take the user input and we'll just print it back out. Okay. We'll print out whatever the user put in there.
No. Print X.
Right. Now we can run this. And then you type whatever you want. Good job. But now, if you run it again, press F5.
I'm sorry.
It doesn't... No, you did it.
Oh.
Yeah. It doesn't remember your answer, right? Because it was lost in memory when you stopped the program, right?
Yes.
So how are we meant to carry over data from the program running, closing, and then another time the program opens, right? Like, say the person's running their program, but then they have to turn off their computer, turn it back on. Would you want to
save it?
Right, you save it. In some kind of way, you need to set up a system to save your stuff.
Okay.
Right. So that's where we get files into the mix, right?
Okay.
So the one way to save information is in a simple file, and we can just work with like text files.
Okay.
So, what we do is, let's just close that. What we can do instead of printing it here is we can open up a file and we can write into it. Like, we can create a file, we can write into it, and then it will be like persistent on the hard drive, right?
Okay.
Because right now, this Python program runs in what's called RAM, so it's not persistent over, like, you know, but you can make it persistent by writing data into a file. So let's do that, make it a little more looky goody. So the way you do this is, let me explain this one. Okay, so files are pretty simple. You can say, we can call this variable file. Actually, no, we can't. You can say my file. Perfect. We say my file is equal to open, and then you put the name of your file, which is like,
File.
Sure, yeah, you can. I think you can name it file. But and then what extension do you want your file to be? You know how files have different extensions, like PNG. We would just do text. So
TXT.
you got to make sure you don't forget to put the extension at the end. And then let's see, file. Then you need to say what, like, kind of read-write access you want to it. So there's different types. Just know that W stands for write. You have write access to the file when you open it. R stands for read access. There's a whole bunch of like access modifiers that you can do, but for the most part, you're just like worried about, oh shit, what did I do? Oh, it's F11. Yeah, you're just worried about like W and R and shit. Oh yeah, you don't have to do that. So you can do a bunch of shit.
The W looks like a face. Like it's like, ooh, like the little hamster face.
Yeah. Yes, Jerry. Very good.
Okay.
The problem is at the end of this, like when you're done, like say you're doing your writing to your file and everything, your operations, you always have to make sure to say my file dot close, or else you're gonna leave the file, like the file instance open, and it could cause problems for like your Windows, for the file memory. So some way to make sure that you always close the file is by, instead of doing this, what you do is you say, use a special Python keyword called with. Called with, and then you give it a name. You say with. This is, so now we're gonna have the name for, it's the same as like my file. So we can say my file, and then inside of here is where you type all your stuff. Kind of like a for loop, you know how you work an indent in. And then when you break out of the end of this, it will automatically close the file like access thing. So you don't have to worry about.
What's the as?
What's the
With and then as.
Oh, so with is what makes it so you're able to do this indent thing.
Okay.
And it will automatically
Open
close.
it.
It will open it, right? But at the end of it, the reason we use with is because it'll automatically close the file object. So you don't have to remember to
Why
say.
is it like? Why with?
Oh, it's just a Python keyword
But
called.
why with?
It's like with this file, do this shit. I don't know. I don't know. It's just, and I never really use it outside of writing files. I only remember it for like file writing, but they do the same thing, right? And then this is just a variable. So say I want to work with this. I guess you can imagine it in your head, and I want it to be named as my file. Like this is just giving it the name. You can name it anything, right? So we can say my file dot. You can say dot write, and you can say, I don't know, piss. Actually, what do you want to write? Yeah. Okay, and then now we can run this, and then look over in your little code practice thing. Oh, we have an input. What are you? Just gonna enter on that. Look at that. It makes a file called file.txt, and we can open this here. Look at that. It writes British people are nice, and you can open this anywhere. It's like it's just a normal file. You can open it with Notepad, and look at that. It's cool.
But why don't you just open up a Notepad and write things in the Notepad?
Sometimes you have to do other stuff to them, like logic. So I'm just giving you an example, right? But you could be inputting data to a file, like here. If you're writing your own personality test program, you wouldn't say, okay, now to save your data, open a Notepad and write it down, right? You'd want to save it in the program, right?
Okay, yeah, I get that. Yeah,
okay.
For my personality test.
Yeah, for your personality test, right? So now, in here, and remember, in here we can write anything to the file.
Yes.
So how about we, first of all, let's see what happens when we write it again. Oh, yeah, that's right. Super nice. Okay, so it doesn't append. There's also, so when you do, I think when you do W for write, it will just write over everything in the file. I'm pretty sure if you do an A, I don't actually really remember, but if you do an A, let's see. Yeah, okay. So A is append. So if we open this here, file here, A is append. So instead of writing over everything, it just appends it to the end of all the text in the file, right? Append. Right. So it depends on like what you're looking to do. And so we can do write. Sometimes you're gonna want A, sometimes you're gonna want W, right? For like, let's say for example, you're doing like saving game data, like from a video game. You probably don't want to append it to the ends of other stuff.
You just want to
overwrite all of it, right?
Got it.
Because you don't care.
Got it.
But other times you would want to just append it to the end. So you're making like a list of people coming to your birthday party. You'd want to append it and not overwrite it every time, right?
Got it.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
So how about I'm gonna give this to you, and I want you to. Am I boring you, Jerry?
No.
Am I boring you, Jerry?
No,
You're yawning and leaning back.
I'm tired today, okay? It was a busy day. It's not you, it's me.
Do you understand what I said?
I do understand. Look,
Okay.
I understand. That's not it. Yeah, I get it. What do you want me to do, Chief?
I want you to save. I want you to overwrite Actually, no. I want you to append to the end of a file. Okay? And I want you to write in the file, I want you to write whatever the user inputs in the program. Right?
Easy.
Okay.
Oh, I did it.
Poggers!
Poggers.
Good job!
Poggers.
Nice!
Yeah.
And that was it. That's all it took. Now, how about, let's see. I want you to, how about let's have you name it. Let's do let's do a write.
Okay.
And I want you to do a different file. I want you to save it in a different file.
Do I need to do another with?
No, just change
Oh,
this
just
one.
change
to
it,
make
okay. Okay. File 2.
Okay.
.txt.
Okay.
And right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a new one now.
Yeah.
Then it's like whatever. Oh my god.
Okay. Right, okay, that works. Now, something you will notice is when you run this and you look over in your... There, it will... Oh,
Can we get rid of the input? It's
Sure.
really annoying.
yeah. The file will just automatically appear.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But if a file already exists, it will automatically go into that file, right?
Yes.
It won't make another.
Yes.
So let's talk about reading from a file now. So say you saved your game data or your
Okay.
personality test data.
Yes. Personality test, yes.
Yes. You'd want to go back into that file and you'd want to figure out, what you saved in there. You'd want to read back the data that you saved.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do another. It's the same way where you say a with open. So go ahead and start typing that. And you give it the name. Let's read from file. Okay, we can use that.
Which one?
Do whatever you wanted.
Which file 2 then?
Okay. And then, no, careful. This is the string. You need to put the comma outside of the string.
Oh.
Right?
Right. Okay. And then.
Then here you, for read access, I think it's just R. And then, yeah, keep going.
As.
And then name it whatever. Okay, you don't have to name it that, but that's just the file name. Yeah, name it actually something else, just so you.
Wait, as my. Wait, why? What?
It's just a variable name.
Oh.
Yeah. The as is saying, I want this, but call it this. That's going to be hard to type. Okay, now go down. And the way you read from a file is you can say, dot
Right.
read.
Oh, read.
And there's a few different things. There's the ability to read out all of the text. There's ability to read line by line. Those are the two you're going to mainly use. So for just a read, we can do this. And do you know what will happen here?
Wait, what?
What do you think will happen here?
It'll read nothing. No. Yeah.
Okay. Why do you think that?
But there's nothing in the parentheses. I don't get it.
So why do you think it will read nothing?
Because there's nothing in the file.
Well, this file exists, right?
It exists.
And is there stuff in it?
I don't remember.
There is stuff in it.
That's the first one, though. The second one.
There is stuff.
Oh, there is
right?
stuff in it. My bad. I'm sorry.
Okay, so will it read or will it not read?
Let me think about it.
Okay, remember, we are already specifying which file we're using. We're saying, I want to read this file. I want ability to read this file. By the way, you can give yourself permissions to read and write, but we're just saying, I want to read this file right now. And we've already assigned a name to it, right?
So it would read, right?
Yeah, it would read from it, right? But what do you think the program output will be? It's nothing, right?
Nothing.
Because even if it reads it, this highlighted line is just throwing the string of the file content. It's just throwing that data out into the air. We're not doing anything with it, right?
Okay.
Kind of like how you have to assign like the input to a variable, right?
Okay.
Or you have to, yeah. So now let's take that and we will save it as a let's save it as a variable, and then I want it to output to the console. Let's just make sure you output the file contents to the console when someone's using your program.
Do I need an input first?
Why would you need input?
Yeah, why would I need it? Can you repeat the question? I'm trying, okay.
Could you just spit out the contents of the file? No. Okay, so so this highlighted thing gives back a string. So what do we do with strings? How do we print them?
We put them in apostrophe.
It's okay, Jerry. It's okay, Jerry. I'll just have to dock your pay, and your wife and kids will go hungry for a while, but
I need the calculator.
The calculator's old news, Jerry. People want to save their numbers now. It's weird.
Okay, wait, let me think about it.
Okay, what do we do with strings?
You print them. Print.
If you want to print them, then you can print them. Right?
Yes.
So we want to print that out, right?
What?
You want to print it out?
Yes, I want to print this.
Okay.
So I put print.
Okay.
Ta-da.
Right, now run it. Nice! You did it!
I just guessed.
Oh. But that's
no,
it.
I knew that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh. So, it's a string, right?
Yes.
This gives back a string,
yes.
and it's just like, writing anything in your print statement.
Yes.
Writing any string in your print statement.
Okay.
You can save it to a variable. You can do whatever, because it's, at the end of the day, it's just a string. Right?
Yes, so, yes.
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 Right, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect, okay.
Yes.
Yes. So now, let's try a different file.
Okay.
Let's open a different file. How about you were gonna, no, same, you can do the same thing.
What? Just do the same thing?
Yeah.
I like to type it out to show off my superior typing skills. I'm joking. Okay, yes, same thing.
We can do, you were gonna type file3.txt.
Sure.
Before. Try that.
But there's no such thing.
You just see what happens.
There's no file 3.
Yeah. So it will...
How do I get rid of this?
Well, it'll automatically create, but it can't read from something that doesn't exist. Right?
Yes.
Okay, makes sense. You can just press Shift F5 to cancel.
Shift F5?
Yeah. Or
okay.
you can hit the big red cancel button.
Oh, okay.
So you can get rid of this you can turn it back to just file. Next we should look at something like this. Here, we can go file, and bring this here. And we're gonna make some new lines. Just keep writing stuff on new lines. You might have messed up there. I do look like Jimin. You're doing a lot of typos for someone who says they can print fast. Oh, that's sweet, but no one can look better than Jimin.
Oh, you're right.
Okay, now if we save this, come over here, now just... Oh, that is reading out. So if we run this... It reads this all out, but it is all just one string. Sometimes, what people like to do is to get each line in a list.
Okay.
So we can do dot read lines. And what that'll do is it will read this into a list. So we can say lines is equal to that, and then if we print this out,
lines,
and so now each line is an object in a list.
Okay.
So that means we can we can look at each line individually instead of one big glob of text.
Why would you want to do that?
Okay, say maybe say let's erase. Actually, we can do a new file. We can say now say like character attributes. Like go ahead and put like character attributes like strength and maybe like Lily's stuff. And put like their values.
What do you mean?
Put like 10 or number values.
Oh,
like just space, just a space. Was that me? Huh. Okay, so say like who's the character? Okay. All right. Now let's read that out. Let's read this out. Right, so
right, it's not the right
file. So we have a list of all our attributes. So you could go through that list and you'd have each line, each value here would be a different attribute. So what you could do is you could be like, hey, you can just use it like any old list. So you can say for attribute in lines, and you can say then print print attribute. Run that.
Oh,
look at that. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, and so you can treat it just as like a normal list and say maybe you want just the numbers to come out, right? So do you remember what split is? Okay, it's okay. So what split does, it's a really useful built-in Python function that you do on strings. And what it does is you just put it at the end of a string, you say dot split, and inside the argument here, you give it a character. I think you can give it a substring too, but you give it like an example of what you want to split on. So we can split on, actually I should take this out here. Sorry, I just, for better visibility. Okay, and we can say attribute dot split. We can say like sure, num is equal to attribute dot split. So what attribute dot split is, it'll take a string
and it splits it,
but it's what you put in here is where it will split it.
Okay.
So if you want it to split on a space, which I think is what it does by default, it'll split a string into 2 strings and then put those 2 strings in a list.
Okay.
Or if you want it to split on a comma, which is really useful for a lot of things, then it'll give you that. Then it'll do that. And so once we split something into a list, we can index that list. You remember how list indexing worked, where it's like you had like attributes and you like with numbers. Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
So attribute.split, let's imagine what it does. What does it do to this Michael file?
It would split the numbers and the thing, the words.
Yeah, the numbers and the words, right? And so we would have a list that's how long? Each line would have a list that's how long?
6?
No, let's just imagine we're only on line 1.
Oh.
And we take the string and we're like, hey, I want to split this string up.
Into 2.
Yes, into 2. Exactly. Yes. So how do we index the second item in a list? Remember how indexing works? It starts at 0.
Yes.
All right, so how would we index the second item in a list? If index 1 is 0, then what would index 2 be?
3.
How did you come to that? How? Out of all the things that it could have been, How was it 3? Do you want to explain your thinking?
You said 1 was 0.
Right, so if the first element in a list is 0, then what would the next element in the list be?
No. Can I explain what I thought?
Sure.
Okay, you said 1 equals 0.
Got it.
So if this was 3, then this would be 2. But I had the other way.
Because in my head, the
I did it
only
the other way
possible
around.
options... No, you didn't. The only possible options, I was thinking, she either says 0 again, or 1, which is the right answer, or 2. And, like, that's why I was so taken aback. Because I thought there was no line of reasoning that could ever or would ever lead you to 3.
No. Do you understand?
Actually, no.
I was
Please
actually
explain it.
right.
Please explain.
1 is 0.
Okay.
So 2 has to be 1, right?
Why?
You said, right? So the answer is 1, right? Okay, but now swap it around. If this was 3, then it has to be 2. So, do you get it?
I actually... I don't. I still don't.
No, okay. Wait, the answer's not 1?
No, the answer is 1.
Okay.
But you said 3.
No, can you please
I'm
understand
listening.
me?
I'm trying.
Okay, I need you to understand me.
Okay.
In a list, the 0 means it's the first on the list, right? Or something like that.
Exactly.
And then the 1 means the second.
Yeah.
Now, but if you swap that, right?
I get confused at the swap, I think.
Wait, hold on.
How the swapping works.
Wait, can you...
I'm trying.
Okay.
I'm trying.
Okay. The 0 means the first on the list. And the 1 means the second on the list. Oh! That makes no sense if I swap it.
Yeah, I get confused at the swap. Like, where's the swap coming from?
Because the 2 means it's the third on the list, right?
Oh, do you mean you incremented backwards?
Yeah, kinda. Okay.
Man, that was...
No. Okay, so think about it this way, okay?
Okay.
The 2, okay, if it's 2, it could equal 1, which means...
No, you just said gibberish.
No. Michael, I need you to understand.
I'm trying.
Okay, the 2 equals 1. No.
No, it doesn't.
No, can you please...
I'm listening.
Please.
I'm listening.
Honey, you have to be the one to understand me.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, so there's no direction of this, okay?
I don't even know what that means.
Okay, the 2, right? You can go either way. If it's okay,
Why are we
can
at
you
2?
please just explain?
Okay.
So we wanted the 2, the second.
Yeah, the
list,
second
okay.
item
So that's
on the
where I
list.
based my foundation on.
Okay.
The 2.
Okay.
And then if there's a 1, that means it's like 0, 1, then it's second on the list, right? But if it was a 3, right? That means if it was like 0, 1, 2, that means it's third on the list. So it could have gone either way, and I chose 3 for some reason. Does that make sense?
0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. So like if you were turning at the second.
Okay, so like 0 is 1, 1 is 2, 2 is 3.
Yeah.
So you want a second, so I said 3 by accident, even though I know it was the other way.
Right. Okay. Okay, Jerry. Just so long as we remember that. Wait, come over here.
Where are you going?
So long as we remember that you have your list, and this is like, let's just make up numbers, 19, 8, 6. And the list, this
It's a 0.
is index 0.
Yeah,
right?
I understand
So
that.
we just start counting
Okay, but
from
like,
0.
Okay, yeah, I get that, okay, I do get that, okay? I do get that.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, that's confusing because now their indexes are the element. So.
Okay, but then that's 0, right?
Right.
But if okay, this is 1, this is 2, right?
Right.
But if it was 2, 3, 4, this would be 2.
No, that would be 1.
Oh. Oh.
Because counting.
Oh wait, no, you're right. Okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2. Okay, so here's it. I need you to understand this.
Okay.
This is where I got the 3 from.
Oh, okay.
So I flipped it. You know what I mean?
No.
It was here, so I had to say 1. But I thought it was here, so I said 3. Do you understand now?
Yes. Sure.
You understand?
Sure.
Okay. I'm not dumb. I just.
No, I know you're not. You're not.
Okay.
It's just really hard to get 3 from that. It's all, Okay. Okay. Fuck. Okay, so you remember how to index stuff, right? And we know what the second element's index is, right?
Yeah, it's 1.
1, right?
Yes.
So this, when you do a dot split on a string, this now returns a list.
Yes.
So how do we index our lists? How do we choose an element from that list?
It's either 0 or 1.
No. Let's imagine we're trying to get the second element in the list, right? Just how in general do we index a list? How in general do we take?
You gotta index the index. Can I please explain? I don't think you're understanding my line of logic, and it's really important for me that you do, okay? Because I need to let you know I'm not crazy.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, I'm gonna do this. Where's the thing? Okay. Right over here. Okay. So, we have a list, right? And it's separated into this and numbers. Right?
Wait, what? What is this? What is this left side?
This is the attributes. This is the number.
Oh,
this
yeah.
Is the space.
No. Okay. This. Okay, we have different definitions of the word. Wait. Okay. Keep going.
I don't understand what you meant.
This is the file, right?
Yeah, that's the file. And then it's separated into this and this.
Not yet.
Okay, but we are going to.
So I want you to understand something fundamental. It's that because of this for loop, we're only going line by line. It's not saying split all of this at once.
Oh.
It's going line by line and saying, okay, we're on line 1. What is the string that's on line 1? It's strength and space 99 as a string. So this variable attribute, the first time it goes through the loop, is strength. Space 99.
Okay.
And then, so taking that string, we can split it into...
Strength and 99.
Yeah, into another list.
Okay.
That is it just has 2 elements.
Strength
it's strength and 99,
okay.
Right?
Okay.
And so just like indexing any list, how do we index a list?
You're saying list so many times. I'm confused what you're...
So I'm not talking about this
You're not talking about that at all. Okay.
In general, there's a concept in Python called a list, like we talked about, right?
You want to split the list?
No. We are taking a string, and when we split a string, it turns it into a list. Okay. And so even regardless of the splitting, how do we... Let's actually... You know what? How about we just ignore this for now, and I make a list that is like 10, fucking 90, fucking 69, 420, right? And we're going to call this list... LST is equal to that. So how this is the type of list I'm talking about, right? This is a Python list, not like a conceptual list. So how do we index that list, the list variable?
You want it index
So
that?
when I say index, I
Okay.
mean I want to get an element out of the list and I want to pick it out of the list.
You have to put the 0, 1, 2, 3.
Yes, somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? You have to put it somewhere.
Yes.
Where do we put it and how does it look? Like what characters on the keyboard do we press to make it look like, oh shit, I deleted something. To make it look like that. Like how do we index? Do you remember how to index things?
Oh, I see what you mean. I have to put 0, 1, 2, 3. I need to. Is that the?
No, those are the numbers that you can use. So like what would this
That's
index
0.
Right. So how on the keyboard if I said from the list variable,
Okay.
I want you to give me 10. I want you to give me the 10
Then
the first index.
and then you have
So
to
how would
put
we do that?
list.
Going. Close.
No.
No, close. Really close actually. You're not assigning it to anything. Remember we're only using 0 to assign stuff, right? So you just put your index in brackets behind the list variable. And that's how you index the list. Right?
Okay.
So now I want you to print that out. Let's print it out.
You need to scroll down. No, that.
No.
Right?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Because you're just taking that element and you're not assigning it to anything. You're not doing anything with. You're just throwing it out into the ether. So how do we
But
write?
assign this to 10. Michael, I'm really sorry.
It's okay. I understand.
I'm trying.
I know it's just a tired day, and that's okay.
I'm trying.
People sometimes have tired days.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, honey. We're just gonna the way we output it to the console is by saying print, right?
Yeah.
So let's print it out.
Okay. Print.
Right, now run it. Good job, right? We have to do something with the variable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So normally, like we aren't usually printing stuff out. Let's say I want you to take that variable. I want you to take the first value in the list and assign it to a variable. Assign it to the variable v.
Isn't it v equals?
Yeah, if you're assigning something, you use the single
list.
equals. Okay.
0
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
So now v has the value.
of 10.
Yeah, of 10, but more importantly, it has the value of whatever
10 is.
element is in the index 0.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, got it, yeah.
So, if we bring it back up here,
Okay.
and we said, now we are, okay, imagine we're in, don't imagine, we are in this for loop, right?
Okay.
Each iteration of the loop is, an attribute is a string, right?
Okay.
So, because here we have the lines list. Because we read in each and every line as a string
Okay.
in a list,
Okay.
right? I would like to iterate through that list by putting it in a for loop, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to go through that for loop, and each time I go through, attribute will be a
Strings or
string.
whatever, right?
It'll be a string, right? So and then we say in each individual string, I want to split it on the space, which if we look back in our text file, would be there,
Okay.
right? So we understand the structure of our file. And so if we split there, it'll give us another list, another whole new list.
Okay.
That is just 2 elements. It's strength and 99, right? So how, if this is returning a list, how would we index the second element of that list?
You. Something with this.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
What?
You did it.
What?
That's it.
What?
No, you did it.
That's it?
That's it. That's all it took. I mean, you put it here, Like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
it. I mean, it would still work even if you didn't put it there.
Oh.
Like, this is it.
I kind of guessed that too.
It's okay. It's okay because this is the same as returning a list, right? So are you just not having trouble when it's like
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of numbers, a lot of words, letters, confusing for me.
okay,
And also it's 9 o'clock. I have to go play stuff now.
okay, fuck you too.
No, I'm sorry. They're waiting. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, thank you
I
for
understand.
teaching me.
Yeah.
I'll PayPal you after.
And
Okay.
now if you no you can print that out. No, you have to do something.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
You just have to do something with it.
Print.
Yeah, but what's in? You need to put something in print, right?
1.
We will,
Oh, numb.
right, and you
Um,
just get the numbers.
Okay.
We'll
Can we go back to this
next time? We're gonna go way back next time.
Okay.
Way back to basics. next
Okay.
time.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. But
Okay.
we'll go way back to basics.
Okay.
Way back to the
Thank you
beginning.
For teaching me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, have fun.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye. Ow.
Sorry.
Bye.
Bye.
I learned a lot.
Oh yeah, I bet you did.
Wow, I learned a lot.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yep.
I really did. Okay. Wow.